humans, welcome to Character Create number 5. Today I was thinking of doing a evil villain dinosaur evil villain. So he's going to be the bad guy in a movie, comic, your story, whatever. So grab your 3 P's, paper, pen, pencil, paper, pen, and all that stuff, and or use whatever you like. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to go with a T-Rex. I think everyone's, almost everyone's favorite dinosaur, but you know, he's pretty popular. It's hard to beat the king. So I'm going to draw a circle up here on the upper half here, my paper. So it's okay to be wobbly, sketchy. I'm not drawing the perfect dinosaur perfect character, perfect shapes. I like to build everything up with shapes first. So I'm going to draw then a rectangle down this way, a little bit off center from your main big circle here. And then I'm going to draw a little square rectangle on top of that big rectangle. And I'm going to connect the circle to this small rectangle with these lines here. So it's kind of like an upside down, you could do like an upside down teardrop, raindrop, depending on how you're feeling. So, all right, so I'm gonna give him like a kind of a James Bond villain feel. So I'm gonna give him like a trench coat, or not a trench coat, a like lab coat. But he's a T-Rex, so I'm gonna swirl in his tail coming out the back of his lab coat here. So look how sketchy I'm doing. I'm kind of thinking about it as I go along. I'm going to put 2 rectangles underneath the big rectangle. And I'm going to flare him at the bottom a little bit just to show a little bit of weight on him. And put some lines here. I think I'm going to give him some kind of boots. I'm not going to draw his feet like a dinosaur feet, but you can do that if you'd like. So I'm just working out the shapes here. And so I want to get like a nice through line, that's called here. So, right, I'm going to put a circle up there on the upper corners of the beginning rectangle, and then another one. Those are going to be like his shoulders here. So let's go to his head here. I'm going to break up this first circle a little bit, but you could use that whole circle if you want. I'm going to do 2 little bumps here. This is going to be his, his cranium, his head, and this is going to be his snout. And so he's going to be kind of goofy. He's not going to be he's going to be villain, but not, he's going to be evil, but he's going to be a little bit goofy. So for his top mouth line, I'm just going to give it that little, T-Rexes kind of have that little swerve in their mouth line. This is obviously not, correct with the dinosaur proportions, but it's, cartoon dinosaur proportions, or however you want to make it. There's no right or wrong way. I'm going to put 2 little bumps here for his nostrils. And I'm going to rough in here some, upside down, kind of triangle shapes for his teeth, but let's make them different shapes and sizes, have them facing different ways. I'm going to roughen his tongue here. So, I don't know if you see that. So I'm going to give him these small little eyes here. And I don't know, I'm going to put something on his head. I'm not really sure what's going to go there. Hair or helmet or, something, a weapon of some sort. So I was thinking T-Rexes have those little, little baby dinosaur arms. So he's a villain, and He's a bit of a scientist, inventor guy. So he's going to have big, long robotic arms that he's made for himself. You know, telescopic arms. And I think he's going to have sort of human hands here. I don't really know what he's going to be doing yet. I think he's probably going to be monologuing, like giving away his secret plan to the good guy here. Here, and he's going to be holding, I'm going to roughen this arm too. It's big, long, noodly arms here. So he's going to be holding something here in front of his body here. Maybe a little monitor or something like that. But I was thinking, for on his tail, he could have a, you know, laser blaster weapon here of some sort. Yeah, I want to do like a laser gun here. Obviously to destroy the world, or, you know, just to protect himself from the good guy who's going to be knocking down his door soon. So, okay, I've got this roughed in. I'm probably going to give him some sort of spacey kind of boots here, but you can do your own thing on those boots. So here's the rough of dinosaur villain guy. I'm going to rough in some scales on the back of his head. His eyes here. Okay, it's coming together, so great. See, look how rough it is. It's all right. I'm just going to rough him, you know, in. But this is when you can add, in the next stage with your pen, you can add some details, you know. Great. Okay, on to the next step. All right, let's ink this guy. So I'm going to start up by his head here. I'm going to go over his head. I'm going to make it kind of bumpy because of he's got scales, and so it's all right to do, you know, mistakes. I'm just going to add some little bumps, and I'm going to go over these spikes on his back. And I don't know if T-Rexes now have spikes on their back now. Sometimes they do. This guy does. Go over snout. And over his lips here. I'm kind of doing like a bumpy, wavy line. There's his tongue in there. Can make him a bit gross. And there's the back of his mouth. And same thing with these spikes. You can put some lines on them if you want to make them a little bit darker. But his teeth can be all different shapes and sizes, facing different directions. I think if you make them really scary and stuff, they all could be really, really sharp, facing the same way. But I'm kind of making him a little bit goofy. So I want to give him some kind of big eyebrows. Two round eyes. And I was thinking about what I can put on his head, like a helmet, or I think I'm just going to give him like a toupee, like some hair on his head here. He just, I don't know, he's trying, maybe a little sideburn hanging down. I thought it might be funny to give him some hair, a dinosaur with hair. Not fur or feathers, just hair. He's got a wig on, or it's his own hair. Who knows? We never know. Can't tell. And then maybe I'm going to give him a kind of a evil handlebar mustache here. somewhat evil. And then you can color it all the way in. I'm just kind of doing it lightly filled in with my pen here. And you can add any sorts of details on, I got a lot of real estate here on his skin. So, you could do, you could do a scar on his face if you wanted, some just bumps. You could do scales. Whatever you want. You can make stripes. Well, however you envision your dinosaur being. So here's his collar. And I'm going to do it so maybe he's got little devices that come out of his collar that translates for him. Maybe he just goes, maybe his language is like, rah, rah, but then his little translator goes, hello, I would like a cheeseburger today. It kind of translates for him, or whatever you want your character to do. I don't know why I said cheeseburger, but that's what he maybe really likes. So I'm going to make these they look like shoulder pads or something, but they're sort of, in my mind, these are his mechanical device where his arms come out. So I remember I had him, since he's a T-Rex, he's got like these little, baby T-Rex arms. So maybe these are his mechanical arms that he has built for himself. So I'm kind of just getting this in. And here's his lab coat that comes down. And maybe he's got some trousers on. So then I'm going to give him these kind of almost like space boots or sci-fi boots. Can make some big treads on them to make them a little bit more imposing. You can do it however you would like. So sometimes I'm just thinking on the go here. I'm not really planning this out too much. Little logo on the side here. So if you've got room to do details, go ahead. And I'm just putting these rings around these robot arms. I think I did these in my first video with a Me-Bob, but love doing these kind of mechanical arms on these characters because they can kind of go all sorts of different ways. Can be, shoot way out or contract. Can be really strong. So I'm just kind of doing some metal fingers, and maybe he's monologuing now to the good guy in our story. He's just kind of pointing and giving up his evil plan here. And I'm just going to shade in the back of his mouth. Get some bumps to that. So I'm going to do his, let's see here. I'm going to do his tail. It's back here. Remember, I have this laser gun on the back here. So I'm going to put like a little stand that's attached to his tail. And maybe this is like defense when he's looking the other way. He's making, this is like watch his back all the time. And you can put controls on it or make it more, as simple or complex as you want. I have a little targeting system on there. Maybe this is like a clear tube that's got lights up blue or something when it charges up. That's a laser gun there. And with his tail, you could do like a little under shape there. You can add stripes. You could add a few of those spikes back here. So he's, I was saying, what can he be holding? Maybe he's holding like the mega weapon to destroy the world, or he's got someone captive. I was thinking our hero, maybe the hero sidekick is a hamster, and he's got this hamster in his clutches, and that's how he's trying to lure the good guy into his secret base here. So he's got with that hand. I'm just gonna put a hamster in a ball. One of those little running balls, but this is his prison. So this is like his sidekick or pet. Maybe it's a really smart hamster and he's a bit freaked out at the moment. You don't have to do a hamster. You could do whatever you want. You could, another weapon, a priceless jewel, gerbil or whatever, rodent, if you wanted to keep it rodent. But here he is. Here's my evil, so I'm going to put some scars around here. His mouth. Here's my evil villain. I guess that's a redundant. Our villain, dinosaur villain here. And spikes here or something. You could add as much detail as you want. There he is. Hope you like that one. I would love to see your creations. Please post it to me on Instagram or TikTok or wherever on YouTube. But would love to see your creations. Thanks so much. Bye.